Let's get started standing, yogis, all right? So remember, functional exercise is on your feet, okay? So just take a moment here just to set the foundation, your intention, your presence. You're connecting your mind to your body, to your breath, maybe your mantra or your prayer. So if you're just joining, try to keep an open mind for about the first 10 minutes of class today. What we're going to do, some would say, is not yoga, right? But really, yoga means union, connecting the mind to the body, asana, the mind, the intention to the movement, vinyasa, the mind to the breath, pranayama. You're becoming more aware and connecting deeper to these different aspects and layers of yourself, all right? Our first exercise today will be jogging in place. Now, maybe some of you do this, so you don't need to really do it today, but in case you're only doing yoga with me, I wanna make sure we're well-rounded here. So I'm just gonna start you like this. A lot of people say jogging is a meditation. So I'm just gonna say 1 minute, where we're just kind of moving a little faster, standing up nice and tall, yogis, okay? Still thinking our yoga bandhas, our quality breathing, all right? And if you didn't want to do this, we do marching. This could be a slower, kind of similar movement pattern. But again, I'm focusing on what's called ankle reactivity. So it's your ankles can move faster and react. A little bit of impact training and what we call fast twitch. Unfortunately, a lot of my yogi friends are horrible at fast twitch exercise. And this is a key aspect of our body's musculoskeletal ability, okay? So this is our first one here. Now remember, I'm gonna give a couple options, stronger and easier, and you just get to make your choice, okay? Now, take your time right into our second fast twitch exercise. One option is the Qigong shake. Remember, from ancient Chinese medicine, we jump up and down. It's very similar to jump rope, which is another phenomenal style of exercise, okay? So you're just gonna kind of jump up and down. Remember, this is not easy stuff. If it's not easy, that's probably a sign that you need it. You don't need what you're doing a lot of anymore. Just like your vitamins, you need what you're not taking and deficient in. The exercise is the same. You need what you're not doing. You don't need your comfort zone anymore. That's why it's called a workout. It's work. It's not supposed to be only fun, easy, and comfortable. Last few moments in this one. And you can feel how difficult this is compared to even strong yoga poses, all right? Let's keep it going, guys. Now this next one's a little bit different here. It's a little bit more for the arms. We're gonna steady the legs. You can feel your energy, right? I'm just gonna bend those knees. I want you to think we did some ancient Chinese medicine, all right? Now we think a little martial arts. Just work your pelvic floor, a little bit of punching, okay? Just think about, we always do in chaturangas. Move those arms a little bit. Remember, we're only going to do about 10 minutes of this stuff. Just to remind you of some other styles of exercise. We haven't done this in months or even a year, right? Last few here in the punches. I'm turning my fist down. As I come back, my palm fingers face up. Right? The martial artists are very disciplined and meditative, just like the yogis, okay? Nice. All right, look, watch me here. I'm gonna maybe straighten my legs. This is now for your core yogis. Just be a little easy with this one. Remember, don't go too hyper range. We're in warm up. Think about that core warm up. I'm just gonna bind the hands here, kind of intertwine my fingers. I'm squeezing the pelvic floor. I'm gonna stay in this chair here, yogis. And then I'm gonna inhale right, exhale left. Don't go too far, okay? Don't force anything. Inhale, exhale. This is from Kundalini Yoga, right? Inhale, exhale. While I'm holding a type of chair pose here, guys. So nice strong legs as we mobilize the core. Let's stay focused here. Anything else is fine, right? Ooh, nice. You guys are doing punches. I like that. Yeah, don't be shy to change it up, yogis. I'm just basically asking you to move fast for 10 minutes. You can do whatever you want, really. If something else is calling to you, you listen to your body, not to me exactly. Remember, I don't know your body, and I question everything I'm saying. I don't know everything here, okay? Well, all right, let's keep going here. Now we're gonna get into it a little bit more, okay? Remember, squatting is one of our fundamentals. I'm gonna challenge you. You don't need to go high or low. Little jump squats. So we're experts at holding chair. We do our dynamic squats. Inhale, this little hop. Now just notice, guys, I don't land on straight legs and then squat. I go right down and back with those hips. So I'm gonna ask you to try to jump squat 10 to 20 reps. Get outside your comfort zone. Don't let those knees buckle in. All parts of the feet go down. Remember, my hips go down and back. You see, my knees are not going forward. My knees stay over my toes. Last few, this should be a pretty tough exercise if you're doing it well here, guys. Only gonna do a few more things and then we're done with fast twitch, okay? Remember, I use about 3 minutes of fast twitch exercise to wake up every morning. So I like to go out on my patio with my little dog and I do some jumping jacks and I do some jogging in place and some qigong shake pretty much every morning. That's my morning routine, breathing, okay? Watch what I do here now. It's like jogging, okay? This is all from exercise physiology. Right foot in front, switch. It's kind of like jogging, but it's a little different. Remember, the walking pattern is what we're mainly training here, okay? Last few. Just be careful, right? We're barefoot. The toes are, not used to being barefoot in such strenuous exercise. Almost done, yogis. Watch me here. Right into the next one. You step right and left. Don't slip on your mat, okay? Look at me here. This is a little slower. Think of it like almost like a skandasana. Looks like this, and you get into it. Just don't slip. See, my mat slipped. Boom. Just be easy, okay? New exercises make you sore, don't forget. So we did a nice forward and back, okay? Now we did a nice lateral. Just to be clear, sometimes you could just do it like this. So remember, training our reactivity, our muscles to react. And then you would switch. We did side to side, right? So you could even angle on your own. I'm not going to do all of it, yogis, but we do every angle. Okay? Can't do it all today because I want to get you meditating a little bit more. But I do want you to do the twist here, guys. This is a little tricky. Watch me here. I turn my toes to the left, turn my toes to the right. Notice my upper body is kind of twisting the opposite. Knees left, knees right. Okay? Last few moments. Should I get out of breath here? Yoga doesn't, unfortunately, yoga is really not adequate for certain styles of cardiovascular work, yogis, right? You know me. Yoga is kind of first, but it's not perfect system. And a lot of times we learn from one good instructor who's excellent at teaching a certain style. And it's easy to get trapped in a style, guys. All right? All right, yogis. I'm going to call it there because we're about 15 minutes into class. Don't forget to do your fast twitch more often, please. All right? I'm going to ask you if you'd like to grab your blocks, place them at the front of your mat. Let's hold a few yoga poses here, all right? Instead of doing anything symmetrical to start, I'm going to go right into asymmetries, guys. If you need some different things, just listen to your body, okay? Right foot at the front of your mat, left foot steps back. So let's slow down now. Feel the pulse and energy from the fast twitch, all right? Right hip back, a nice lunge. We got some options here, guys. Maybe you want to stretch out your chest a little bit to start. Hands behind you. A couple of breaths holding the lunge. Start to work a little bit more subtle body awareness. That's one thing the fast twitch tends to lack, is subtle body awareness, all right? Take your time, big inhale, arms go high, step your left foot in, straighten your right leg, right hip back. For a little easier, we take the hands on the hips, right? Pyramid, right hip back, inhale, lift the chest, maybe a little bend in the knee, forward fold. For a little bit more strength, we hover, okay? For a little bit more stretch, maybe hands on the blocks. A nice pyramid, right hip back, feet pressed down, thighs engaged. Squeeze that pelvic floor, belly in, lift, and maybe forward fold. Don't forget, maybe you prefer something like a humble warrior, right? Don't be shy to change in the moment based off what you're feeling, okay? We're still in pyramid now. I'm going to give you the option. How you feeling today? Inhale, half lift. Now, the revolved triangle, considered a beginner pose, but in my opinion, it's tough. Right hip back, inhale, half lift. We're still in pyramid. This is the main pose I'm working toward here. The revolved half lift, start to turn lightly across your front leg. Look at that right hand, pulling the right hip back. Legs, active, okay? Neck long, chest lifting a little, shoulders back and down. A little different, yogis. Right arm can go around the back, kind of like a half Gomukha Mukasana. The back of your right hand on your lower back, turning my chest, elbow open. Last 3 to 4 breaths. Revolve pyramid, yogis. Even very difficult for advanced lifetime yogis, right? That one really doesn't ever get easy. Well, it hasn't for me yet, right? Big inhale, nice and slow. Right arm high, right hand down. What we're gonna do, you might wanna take your blocks with you, is pivot to the left leg, okay? Now you just take your time. Some of us, you can place your blocks down slowly. Set your feet up about hips width distance for a beginner, right? Left hip back. One arm up or both arms up is a lot more. Left hip back. Inhale, lift the chest. Let's go. Nice and slow. Start to work the entrance and movement into pyramid. For extra strength, remember we pause halfway, not putting our hands down. So it makes our core, our back, and our legs have to work a little bit more. And then if you want a little more stretchy style, your hands might go on blocks. You notice that kind of relaxes your legs more, right? So that's the stretch response. You could forward fold over the leg, maybe inhale, half lift, just to get a little bit more length, your alignment, your form, left hip back, feet pressed down, right? So you should feel the muscles above your knees kind of lifting because they're activating. Let's breathe here. And then you take your time. Both legs are different. Try to feel and apply these poses. Okay. The main pose, I'm actually starting in revolved triangle. So a posture we'd usually do later or second. We'd inhale, half lift. If my left leg is forward, half lift, I'm going to turn my core to the left. Okay. So remember, Iyengar said this is safe to do first pose in his book. He used to start people in triangle, revolved triangle. These are master yogis, so sometimes the perception is skewed a little bit. Revolved triangle yogis. Left hip back, all parts of feet pressed down. Tailbone, anterior tilts, right? So not the posterior like the cat, it's the cow, hips, chest. And from my core, I'm turning to the left. Last few breaths. As you get better at it, remember your feet are more spread forward and back too. It's a longer stride and a more seasoned practitioner. Please take your time, guys. Left hand will go down, left knee will bend, we'll rise up, face the side. Triangle. So now go into the open hip. Usually we do the triangle first. Before we take triangle, take a quick warrior two, just to kind of set those legs up. Now remember, warrior two is a little bit longer stride. We're not going to hold this one too long today. We're going to get a nice dose of Ashtanga Vinyasa on Saturday. So nice classic Vinyasa this Saturday, okay? Arms go to the T, get those legs turned on, squeeze your legs together, tuck the tailbone. Outer edge of feet pressed down. Back hip turns in a little bit, front hip turns out a little bit. Shoulders back and down, the warrior. Warrior, such a beautiful pose, really incredible anatomically and energetically, right? Let's keep going. Now we take our pose. Right leg straightens, back foot might step in. Don't forget to have the block if you need. Palms turn toward your facing the chest. Drop the right hip down. Engage your legs, reach out, and then take a slow entrance into triangle. Again, feet pressed down, yogis. All these poses start with the feet, okay? Press all parts down, toes too a little bit. Pretend like your toes grip the floor a little bit, right? Now engage your legs, squeeze your thighs toward each other. Try to drive the bottom right hip toward in front of you, right? So my butt wants to stick out, bring it under. Lengthen the right side body, pull the ribs in, turn the chest up. Last 3 breaths. Yogis, we're getting all our standing yoga done now. We're gonna be on the ground soon. I'm gonna have you do some inversions today. We're gonna see if we can get you to do maybe a headstand or a forearm stand or whatever you're gonna work. Legs up the wall, okay? Stay focused with the legs in the core. Let's keep going. Right knee bends, rise slowly, switching sides. This is just side to side, classic Hatha Yoga. Working these nice forms, the asana, the subtle adjustments, the alignment, the cues. Set up your warrior two, just a couple breaths, arms to the T. Bend that front knee, tuck the tailbone a little bit. Relax the shoulders back and down. Remember, the arms are a little tricky here. Here's how you do it, guys. You turn your palms up to start. Notice how the crease of the elbow is really up now. Now keep that crease of the elbow up, but turn the palms down. That's the same as a downward dog, right? You're pressing the inner hand down as you roll the tricep under. It's very difficult, actually, right? Okay, you're kind of doing your own practice. I don't decide the exact timing. I want you to work on pushing yourself. Where do you need it? All right. Left leg straightens, right foot might shorten your stance a tiny bit. Palms turn the same direction of the chest in front of you. Drop your left hip down, lengthen out, and slowly find your triangle position. Remember, I told you, I used to go to Jen Edwards. She's been teaching Iyengar 40 years, considered a master Iyengar teacher, and we do whole classes with basically only triangle, right? She'd do revolve triangle, and warrior three. That's the whole class. Our class, that's all we do. We never get down on the floor. We never do plank, never do down dog. Some days, right? We have these specialty classes focusing on a few aspects of our practice. And I'd really like to use Thursday for that. Don't let that back arch now, okay? Work your bandhas, you guys are all intermediate yogis at least, right? Go deeper. Work what you're not working. Try to remember. Remember the bandhas? Pelvic floor up, belly in, your tongue, Jalandhara. Okay. Now I want you to take your time now, okay? No reason to rush there. Rise up slowly, please. Pivot to face your right leg. So I did mention what we're gonna do, right? Warrior three. Now, I'm gonna give you a few playful options here. You held some nice poses. Right hip back, right knee bends, right into it, yogis. Chest down, left leg lifts. This is a pose we want to master, this one-legged hinge. Now, say you're not having the best day, you can do a double leg, Ardha Uttanasana. Say you're having a really good day, guys, right? Maybe you reach your arms forward. Maybe you'd rather go like a standing splits. We kind of just did that in pyramid, right? How can you make your practice fun and personal? It's on top what I'm giving you, right? So long as you're on one leg and you're kind of, one leg is ideal, and then maybe you're bent over. That's what we're working, yogis. But again, if my left leg is lifted, try to drop my left hip down. Try to engage the back leg. So you can bend your standing knee, but try to straighten that top leg. Make sure that back foot is either pointing or flexing. Very active in the foot, yogis. Shoulders back and down. Think cobra, but on that leg. Think locust, right? All right, I see Elias fatiguing. I land the left foot down. I slowly pivot. Warrior 3, please. A nice solid hold, just like we hold a plank, we hold another form, okay? Left hip back, chest comes down. I'm starting with my hands on my hips, really taking quality awareness into the hips, into the core. And then boom, I start to slowly enter my warrior 3 today. Take your time. Come on now, focus, yogis. Remember those goals. We all need that strong body. And it takes remembering in the moment, the opportunity, all right? And pushing maybe a little bit stronger than your body wants to, if you're feeling good today. Nice. Remember, warrior 3 is 3-legged down dog. It's literally the same thing. If I lift my leg up and down dog, it's basically warrior 3 body form. Okay, so I'm not going to do that much today. Okay. Here, your legs are separating actively. All right, let's keep going, guys. I see a lot of you is fatiguing, so I cue forward. It doesn't mean my people still working need to go, all right? Let's go here. Now, our side body, all right? We did the triangle, that's the tilt, and the ab. This is the lateral tension and the ab, okay? So it is different, even though it looks very similar. Same category. Warrior 2, this is our half moon, guys. And I'm gonna give you the choice. You wanna work a Chalpasana? What are you working on here, guys? My right knee bends. These are basics. I'm gonna reach out, I'm gonna hinge. If anyone wants a side angle, you can always mix that in, right? Now, block, I wanna remind you, the pose is to hover your hand, okay? But you're working some days putting the hand down. On a good day, you're actually gonna hover the hand. Okay? It's called full moon, where my right arm reaches forward. And my both arms extend. This is extended. Now I mentioned Chalpasana. We're starting to get fancy yoga now. Remember, that's a little more risky to go for those really big, complex gymnastic style poses. Your choice. Try to flex that left foot. Don't only lift the left leg up. Pull the left heel back a little bit, guys. And then pull the belly in. Okay? Half moon today, guys. A good, solid 1 round only. Try to turn the chest up to the sky. Take your time. Work getting into the pose just as much as the pose, and work our exits, okay? When we do poses, make sure you don't drop into kind of like subconscious autopilot, right? Try to slow down and feel every aspect of the body and the breath, the energy, all right? Yoga means union, right? The asana, layer 1, is the union of your aware mind to your physical body. Layer 1, okay? Let's go, guys. Landing that left foot kind of where it started, almost like a warrior 2. Almost done here, guys. I'm only going to do 1 more standing pose. And it is a third balance. That's it, though, right? I'm going to start turning open to my short warrior 2 stance. I'm going to intentionally work every inch as I enter. As a reminder, remember, there's a lot of cues. I can't go over all of them every practice. I don't want that block close to the foot. I want to try to get it out there. So when I'm up in my moon, look at this nice space in my underbody here. So what happens is sometimes people get here and they're all crunched, squeezed. See that? I want to lengthen, yogis, okay? So this is a spreading out pose. A lot of core integrity. Belly is pulling in, pelvic floor is up. Work those bandhas, yogis. You know, the yogis say that's for your energy. You're not working the abdomen in, the jalandhara, the head back, chin up, tongue up. You're losing energy, okay? Close your eyes maybe. Take a few more breaths. Don't arch your back too much, right? We're always studying our body. What's our body doing without us noticing? Where are my 210s? Can I relax a little there? Where am I not active enough? Can I turn that body on more there? Right? Calm where you're straining your body a little bit and make that body alive where it's a little inactive. Okay? This harmony of opposites. And I do want you to remember which side is a little bit weaker, less developed. A little more focus on that less developed side. You don't need to do them exactly the same, yogis. Try to give a little more emphasis, stretching your tighter side more and you're strengthening your weaker side more. Listen, guys, you get a quick breather here. We will land our right foot at the back of our mat. I did give you the option here. I didn't do the, I realized I forgot our lunge on our first side of the pyramid, right? So we did this bind here, okay? If you wanted to do a big shoulder stretch, feel free, again, to throw those shoulders back. It's a postural correction too, really nice. My feet are now parallel. My knees bend, I lift the chest, and then I forward fold, okay? If anyone would prefer to pull on their ankles, a nice prasarita here. 2 breaths. Now, I do have one more standing pose for you, okay? But take a quick breather after our half moon and our solid warrior 3 holds. Neutralize for a moment. Calm your nerves. Come back to your subtle breathing. Remember, knees can be bent, yogis, all right? Just like any hinge, knees don't need to be straight. That's a little bit more challenging. And again, you don't need to go that deep. You can keep the belly in and the spine long sometimes. Ardha Uttanasana as opposed to the full Uttanasana, okay? So we did a lot of abductions, femur splits and femur straddles. Actively, adductions, right? We did some nice stuff today. I'm gonna actually seal it in with Garudasana, the eagle. It's really a unique kind of awesome pose that we do in yoga. You're gonna take your time, all right? We're gonna do more inversions. That's kind of your inversion warm-up. You're gonna slowly release any binds, bend your knees and rise up. Feel free to take any skandasanas or any movements as I set up our final position. You're gonna step your feet closer together. Meet me in a nice Tadasana position, okay? Nice and tall, lift the chest. Let's have a good go at this pose today. Eagle. Arm's gonna reach up, nice big inhale, and right arm goes underneath the left, all right? Intertwine your fingers, my right. Now, I gave the option for your arms here twice. Think of this like the opposite. Your arms are crossing in front of you now. Now, if you can't intertwine your forearms, no problem. We do this Ganesha, the elephant trunk, where my elbows, forearms, and palms squeeze together. If you're getting good at it, you can try to intertwine your forearms and meet your palms. Start to sit low in your chair. Now, maybe you want a basic chair pose today, right? We did the wide angle chair earlier. So here's your knees together chair. If you want a little bit more, same as the arms, the right knee lifts. The higher I lift my knee, the better I can cross. Now, some of us stay here. Remember, modified is a little bit more either figure 4 or just going here. Some of us can maybe double wrap. My right ankle, my right foot's behind my left ankle. Look at my body, it flops to the left. Try to pull your knees back to the right. Sit back first, yogis, and squeeze, pull, push. Everything is kind of active. Now, feel. My left hip tries to drop, lift it. Lift the core, pull the belly in, all right? Try to feel now, yogis. Mind to body practice. That's beginner yoga. You remember Ashtanga, the mind to body, then mind to breath, then mind to senses, then mind to thoughts, then mind to emotions. We're studying, understanding, becoming more aware of different aspects of ourselves. Okay. Oh, Garudasana, beautiful yogis. Just like a plank, we're going for about a minute and a half hold. Okay. After this, we're making our way down. Inhale, arms up, right leg releases. We will go right into the second side. Left arm under right, one round only today. Okay. Palms pressed together. Again, the Ganesha is fine. That's like our chest fly in fitness. Okay. Sit low. Left knee lifts high. And then crosses. Garudasana. Now you know your cues. This one's kind of tricky though, okay? Some of us can double wrap. Now notice my knees flop right, pulling back left. Look at my left side body, shortening. I want to tilt my pelvis more neutral, okay? A little tuck of the tailbone. I'm arching my back too much. Head was going forward, pull it back. Study what your body's doing and add more intention and integrity. That's what our yoga cues represent. Stay focused, yogis. You know, you're going to be done with practice soon, all right? Yeah, if you're on like a thick mat or a rug, it makes the balance more difficult. So as your balance gets better, we actually do want to try it on a more unstable surface, probably starting with something like tree, right? Maybe then going to your warrior three and building up toward eagle, which is a little bit more of a tricky balance because you're very active and squeezing, right? Inhale, arms and knee up. Woo, exhale. Please take your time. Step to the front of your mat. So a little different. I'll skip Uttanasana since we did pyramid, warrior three. All right. I'm going to go to our yogi squat, Upavesasana, maybe Malasana. Arms reach high and nice and slow. It's like you're sitting through a chair, guys. My feet are slightly turned out. It's like a nice yogi squat. A couple options here. Remember, we haven't done like much on our arms yet. So if you're ready and you want to start your crow pose, feel free. This is a nice one here, yogis, where I reach my left arm high. My right arm's in front of my right shin. You can't see this subtle step. I'm really working my pelvic floor up, yogis. My belly and my side body's lengthening. Okay? Don't forget to add binds if you like a little bit more. I will move forward. Hands will come to prayer. Left forearm in front of left shin, right arm high. Spreading that chest. After the eagle crosses max, now we actively spread. Just like we back bend after forward bending, we crossed our arms, now we spread. Don't be shy to add. Lottie has been doing yoga longer than me, right? So be yourself in the practice. Make it fun. Add your personality and needs into what I'm suggesting, all right? Big inhale. Please take your time. Now, I'm not going to do vinyasas today. You can do those on your own if you want. No worries. Down dog is next. Take a couple breaths, all right? Now, this is called an overhead hold. Remember I said I did yoga for 5 years, 6 days a week, and we never did one down dog. I'm not exaggerating. We never did one down dog, right? There's certain areas of the world that certain styles of yoga have become the dominant way people practice. And then I found vinyasa and down dog, and I loved it, right? But down dog, yogis, please feel free to add anything here, okay? Head below the heart, hips up and back, palms pressed down, legs are strong. Don't forget, you can bend your knees, all right? Work on straightening the elbow. Remember our cue, inner hand presses down, outer tricep kind of rolls. That's the back of your arm. It rolls under and in as I press the hand down. It also is tricky, right? Got to relax the neck, got to lengthen through the shoulders a little bit. Last couple breaths here. I want you to hold this a little longer, yogis. We haven't been on the arms, so you can go for a long down dog, plus you're warmed up, okay? I am saving energy, just to be clear, for a reverse plank or kind of wheel pose today. So just so you know that is going to happen. We are going to really tax those arms, whether it's wheel or reverse plank today. So just to be clear, that will happen here, right? Okay, guys, down to the knees. Maybe sit on your ankles for a moment. The Vajrasana, right? Classic yoga pose. So yogis, Hatha Yoga today, the inversions, all right? If you're not comfortable with inversions, you can just do a three-legged dog. So this is a inversion, almost full inversion, right? You could also do really simple is like child pose or puppy dog on a hatha, okay? I'm trying to get you closer to a full inversion. Legs up the wall is probably restorative easiest. A block under your butt, legs up the wall, is a little more assisted shoulder stand. Shoulder stand is big first, full body inversion, right? Next probably is headstand, a tripod. Everyone's a regular. I'm asking you to try to do an inversion practice today. Now, the power inversions, chin stand, forearm stand, handstand, chest stand. Remember, headstand's not really considered power inversion because you can hold it for 20, 30 minutes if you practice a lot. Handstand, you practice a lot, you can barely hold 2 minutes, okay? Power versus endurance. Don't worry, the headstand is gonna get your shoulders still. Now, just be easy, guys. Headstand A is where I cup the back of my head, my elbows hug in, okay? I wanna be on the crown of my head, not my forehead. This is not Kapasana. Kapasana, you better be able to do headstand at least 10 minutes before you start forehead stand. That's like an advanced yoga almost, right? Headstand B is the tripod. I want to remind you, tripod is forearm plank, body form. Your elbows are not wide, your hands are not close to your head, you are here. Child pose, legs up the wall are our easiest inversions. It's okay, yogis. If you need a little restorative style yoga, self-care is huge. Maybe you're gonna try, we don't do this enough, yogis, where we hold a headstand, you go for a longer hold, and you work your pranayama, your breathing, your energy work, your bandhas with your breathing. Maybe you want to do a couple handstand holds at the wall, really work those arms in power, the strength, the intensity. Forearm stand is kind of some middle ground. As a reminder, forearm stand can look kind of like headstand, but I think the name isn't, says what forearms, guys, your head isn't down. Forearm stand, right? Pincha Mayurasana. Headstand, the crown of your head is down, okay? Watch out for the back overarching. Exit early, skillfully, guys. People tend to get hurt on, you're getting fatigued in the hold and you release too fast without control. I want you to work your exits and entries, guys. There's a lot of unnecessary injuries you can avoid. So let's have some fun, guys. Remember, if you're new to handstand, but you want to try, just be careful because, exiting fast, you jam your toe. You want to, again, exit skillfully. A real starter, if you can see here, guys, is I do down dog with my heels against kind of the wall. It's kind of like down dog. Hopefully you can see here. And then I walk the feet actually up the wall. Okay? So I don't want to let my hips drop down. That is not good here. I actually want to pull my hips back, walk my feet down. So I'm actually in an L or a 7 against the wall. And then one leg goes up. As you get better at it, guys, you're down dog, your back faces the wall, and you hop up against the wall. Walls are really great here, yogis. They don't, they take out that fear of flipping over, headstand support. If you have a friend, sometimes the friend can kind of hold you up there, or the yoga teacher. Let's have some fun. Let's do a little extra inversion practice today. If you want to add a crow pose or a Kundalini arm balance instead, this is part of our arm strengthening practice as well. So just some food for thought. I'm going to skip side plank and chaturangas today. What are you working on, yogis? Have some fun in your practice. Ooh, nice tripod headstand. Don't let those hands get too close to your head now. It's a big error people make. Okay, we want those hands out there. So look at the distance of my hands. We tend to go here with the hands too close, and the elbows are too wide. So hug those elbows in a little bit. Okay, and the hands about shoulder width distance, elbows about shoulder width distance. So nice and kind of linear and symmetrical. Okay. And some forms of yoga, they put actually like a strap around your elbows. To be honest, it's not my favorite, because you're using something to like push. It's kind of like a yoga teacher pushing you further into range of motion. Not my favorite, really. An adjustment is different than an assist. An assist is where the teacher pushes you further, right? An adjustment is like a correction. We're kind of too obsessed with how far can I go in the range, right? Uh, just some food for thought, yogis. Like the strap is an assist. It's basically getting you in the range of motion that you're not capable of doing. That is like more risky for sure. You can't activate your muscles in there, right? Another cool thing they do is put a block between the hands, just to kind of not let your hands go too close together in our tripod headstand, our forearm stand. Block there could be good if you're doing one of those poses. Yogis, I can only give you another like 2 minutes or so. Okay, so have some fun. We do have a tiny bit more work to do to close up our practice. All right. Yeah, nice. Some of you guys are doing some stretching. That's okay too. Kind of a personal 5 minutes. Ooh, nice, Kathy. Yeah, just look forward. Don't look down in your crow pose. Nice, Brian. Elbows in. There you go. Yeah, nice. Side plank's great. I did some of that on Tuesday. We do it regularly, so I'm going to omit it today. But you can't go wrong with a nice side plank. We did our triangle and half moon warrior 2 for our laterals today. Did a lateral fast twitch too. Okay. We'll do a nice big twist in the end for stretching. Not too much twisting today. Nice. Yeah, plow pose. It's a good one. Last minute, yogis. Last minute. All right. Iyengar said you're advanced at headstand when you can hold it for 30 minutes. My record's 26 minutes. You're intermediate if you can hold it for 10 minutes. That's what Iyengar said. And he's like the gospel in some yoga circles. Ooh, nice. Yeah, just some push-ups. Really nice. Yep. Pull that belly in though. Your hands look a little close together though. A little wider in those hands. So yogis, if you're ready, I did want to do an active back body. We're here in the end. So if there's other things, I'm not doing everything today. We're kind of picking some things to work on. A lot of us headstand, handstand, it's all kind of front body dominant. The back body actually doesn't work that well in a lot of our inversion. That's actually why we're not as strong as we want to be there. Learn to use that back body more. So I'm going to have you do it here. Okay. Now, I'm going to give a couple options. Just like classic yoga, we would do 3 rounds of back bend or posterior chain in fitness. So bridge would be our basics, yogis, right? Holding a nice bridge, maybe adding a single leg, a figure 4, a heel lift, a walking bridge. This is like an up table. You're going to get your arms a lot more, okay? This can be quite tough, but we need this one sometimes. In Ashtanga, we're going to redo that reverse plank. Now, you can do your wheel, your Urdhva Dhanurasana, lay on your back, flip your hands over your shoulders. I'm opening it up today. We're having a fun kind of personal style of practice, a little more freedom, fun, challenging. Point those toes if you want to try it. Fingers face forward, yogis, all right? Engage your fingers, straighten those arms, lift the chest, engage your thighs, and then the hips lift. And we hold that reverse plank. Now, tough pose, yogis, all right? Tuck the tailbone, lift the chest, maybe the head can drop back. Notice my toes point, actually, okay? So we got bridge, we got reverse plank, we got wheel, the Urdhva Dhanurasana. We haven't been doing that one enough today, lately. What are you working on for your back body, okay? Yogis, I can guarantee I massage people, mostly yoga people, 5 days a week for 8 years. You know, a lot of people think their back body's strong, but it is not, okay? We need strength where we're not strong. And unfortunately, that's going to be difficult. Right? I think we can all agree, whoever strengthens the least probably needs it the most, right? But that gets refined further, right? The muscle groups that are weak, the muscle chains, the parts of our body that are most weak need the strength, not what we're doing a lot of already, okay? Yogis do way too much touch their toes in plank pose. That is weakening posterior chain. We need to strengthen our back body, and we need to work towards compound, where your arms, your upper back, your lower back, your hips, your legs, your calves, your ankles are all in the posterior tensions. Reverse plank. We have to all dig deep in ourselves, yogis, and put in that effort where we need it. And that takes will and courage. That doesn't mean it has to happen today, but I have to remind you, being the kind of instructor, all right? I need to require a lot of you. I need to keep this bar high. You're very capable. Sometimes we go through injuries that kind of set us back. You think you're fragile. You are so capable, yogis. Your body's so strong. You just got to remember, and you got to have that mind state. I am strong. That's the mantra. I am powerful. I'm healthy. I'm whole. You know the mantras, the positive affirmations toward the self. Okay. So I'm going to give you another minute. It looks like a lot of you are still going. A couple of you look done. Softer back bends if you need stretchy. We got bow pose. We got camel. It's very stretchy. Even something like Anjaneyasana. Remember our lunge with the back knee down? That is a very stretchy wheel type position. Even like a pigeon upright is a back bend, or laying on a block, a sphinx. No cobras today, right? Locust, just in case some other back bend is calling to you. Last minute in really challenging effort. We'll stretch for a couple minutes and then we'll be done, yogis. Stay focused here. Almost done. Nice. Remember in our camel, oh, nice. You're doing your tensions there, Leslie. Really nice. Ooh, up table. Everyone's doing it different. Nice, Brian. You're the only people I can see there. A big thing we're always looking out for, yogis, is it's called pelvic tilt or cat-cow. Remember cat-cow, we have awareness and intention in every pose. Basically, if I tend to go here, most likely I want to work cat. If I tend to arch into cow, we tend to work cat, right? It's not always the case, but a good kind of rule of thumb. If I tend to go like this, we tend to work this, right? We fall into cow, we work cat, and vice versa. All right, so we set more active intentions. And pelvic tilt is one of our main ones. Don't forget that the tilt goes this way too. So if we tend to go here, we go here. Okay, so that's one of our main things, yogis. If the body tends to be lazy, we activate it. If it tends to be too tense, we relax it. Hatha, ease and effort balancing. All right, our most difficult yoga poses You activate first, and then you work on relax. All right? Now, I'm going to start to move forward, suggesting a little bit of stretching. Doesn't mean you need to do my stretching exactly. I'm going to do a couple stretches we don't do as much, okay? Slowly, let's lay on the back here, guys. Taking a moment with the knees into the chest, shifting into that recovery restorative style. I'm going to just start by kind of feel good, rolling out wrists and ankles. We do a lot on those joints, and we won't stretch the wrists out. So a nice little rolling, wiggling, even squeezing. I'm doing the same with my ankles. And then I'll make my way to happy baby for a moment, widening the legs, feeling it out. I want to do that internal rotation, yogis, for the hips to start, okay? Again, I'm not going to do pigeon figure four as a group. We do that a lot, which means we probably need it less. Here's the opposite side of that coin. Feet down, knees to the sky. I'm going to reach my arms back, stretch my lat, okay? Knees not right. If you want more, now a lot of us just stay here, more right foot on outer left knee. My target is a little bit more of my left hip through the core, okay? So again, this can be tough to see. My feet start wide, knees right, and right foot on outer left knee. Try to mix this one in at least once a week. Deep breath now, yogis. Smooth inhale in your nose. Bring awareness to the breathing. Nice, slow, smooth, calm exhale. You're elongating your breath in and out your nose. Maybe even holding the breath at the top or the bottom of the inhale, exhale, right? Okay, please take your time here. You're going to slowly switch sides. So again, I kind of have the arms to the back, yogis, where you're kind of reaching to stretch through that side traction. So knees left, left foot on right knee. Remember that this stretch is recommended by a lot of back specialists who, you know, when you have pain in the SI joint. So figure four is going to shorten, compress the SI joint, whereas the meter rotation is going to traction, lengthen, decompress the SI area. Now I am going to continue on here, yogis. Now, if you have a block, I'm going to suggest a block today. You know, if you don't have a block, I'm just going to teach a nice spinal twist here. I'm going to add the extension and rotation, right? We don't do this one as much, so it is a setup. I'm just moving forward. Some of you look like you're just doing your own stretches, okay? So you do your thing there. I got the block under my pelvis, not my lower back arch, remember. Now I'm going to take my second block. If you don't have a second block, you just got to play with it. You got to move that block off to the right. See how the block is not fully under me? Now it's just right enough underneath my right hip. My right leg releases. Let's try it today with the left knee in. So I'm doing a restorative bridge with a knee into the chest. Okay, it's a really nice one here, guys. And then what I'm going to try here, you got to kind of scoot your hips to the left, adjust your block. If you have the two blocks, it's a lot easier. I put it out on the right. Right leg release, left knee over across on the blocks. This one can be a lot, especially if you have cork or wooden blocks. So adjust your blocks, adjust your upper body with the hips being lifted via the block. I take my reclining spinal twist. Head falls to the left. Left arm reaches out for the chest, the neck. Deep breath here, guys. You know, if you set the block up just right, you get a couple deep tissue trigger point tight massages. The edge of my block here is in my glute medius and my TFL. The lower edge of the block's in the upper quad. I T-band there. Vastus lateralis. It can be a little intense, yogis, but it can be a really good release for you, okay? Let's come back to center now. Go slow. Left leg release. I don't want you holding that one too long. Regular twist is fine. I'm on my one block. I remove the other. I bring the right knee in. So restorative bridge with my second knee in. I place the left block on the left, right knee in. After another breath or two here, I will take it into the twist. Hips to the right and right knee over to the left. Right arm out for that big chest shoulder stretch. Head to the right for the neck. Big old breath here, guys. Just want to let you know it's about 10 a.m. right now. In case you need to be anywhere, I'll get you out of here in just a few minutes. All right, now kind of that big extension rotation, right? We do that all throughout yoga. We do it less here. I actually like using a foam roller. I got one right there. More for this. It's just a little easier to kind of position, and it's not so like intense, the edge of that block. Uh, but good to learn and know and do any even with the blocks if that's what you have. Okay, we will come back to center yogis and slowly kind of remove our blocks, so you got a little restorative bridge and a twist there together. If there's one more little stretch you need, maybe you want to put a block under your head, or if you want to go big, swing your legs up over your body, plow, sit up and touch your toes. If you want to roll to the side and do a virasana, like a quad stretch, yogis, this could be something we're lacking here. We did triangle, pyramids, straddle. Your hamstrings and your inner thighs are done. Outer hips are pretty much done too, right? What's one more you need? So if you roll to the side and you did something like this, that could be a nice stretch here for the quad. Again, we can't do everything, yogis, but if there's one more thing you need before we set up our short closing meditation, please do that now. Last minute, get ready for your meditation, please. So remember, this Saturday will be a traditional style of power vinyasa. We'll do some nice sun salutations. I'll have you turn up your music, something you're comfortable with and can drop in. And then we'll go through kind of that three-legged dog, step forward, working some revolve side angles and some transitions from that space, trying to work in a few postures we didn't do today. You'll see a few of the same, but quite different style on Saturday. All right, a little bit more movement, a little bit more kind of more poses. All right, vinyasa, fancy, creative, kind of fun, dancey style yoga. Right. So yogis, you know the deal here. We want to seal it in with our most mindful presence, grounded self. All right. If you want to sit and meditate, that's cool with me, but somewhere where you can really shift into your calm inner space. Remember, those who don't strengthen need it the most. Those who don't stretch need it the most. Those who don't shavasana need it the most. It's not personal, yogis. We all have the same thing going on. You do a lot of stuff that you like and you're comfortable with, but a couple of days a week, our intention is to challenge your mind and body. All right. Maybe a deep breath or two here. You shake your body out and then you settle in. You close your eyes. You let go for a few moments, a little vacation for the mind and body.